I bring you the Ascended Master, Saint Germain. Ascended Master Saint Germain is the Kohan of God's violet ray of freedom, mercy, and transmutation. And he says, place the violet flame through your heart and then let go and know who you are. Throughout the ages, before there was an opportunity for the fullness of my message to be released into the physical, I was able to work behind the scenes with many life streams who were receptive to my flame. They were galvanized by freedom and what freedom means to the life stream. They did not have to know that there was a violet flame. They did not have to know that there was an I am presence, but they felt the fire of my heart. You know of the violet flame. You know of your God presence, and you know my flame. Move into action. Take up the sword. Allow for your calls to go forth to the violet flame to release the planet from all of the burdens, all of the overlays of the astral and physical planes. Allow for the freedom to come to the elemental kingdom. The burden alone that the elementals have carried for the life streams upon the planet is great. You should feel a sense of responsibility to lift that burden with your calls. But call as you will, that call must connect with your God presence. And if there is too much of the human ego for you to give yourself over to your God presence, it will always be another day and another day and another day after that, before you will finally feel the release of the light in your world. One of the most important reasons for transmuting the human ego is the learning process that is required for you to step aside with all of the human creation and allow for your God presence to manifest where you are. You are not giving yourself over to another life stream. You are not giving yourself over to another ascended master. You are not winning your victory through a vicarious atonement. It is, beloved hearts, your own real God presence. Allow for all that is of the human to dissolve into the surrender into your holy Christ self, and then into your God presence. Approach the altar with the intent and the desire of communion with your God presence, in harmony with the expectation of the love that will be released, and you lay all of your burdens aside. Place them physically on the altar if you must go through the exercise. You could even have a little box, not unlike a Pandora's box, then into which you place all of your life. Put the lid on it. It's over there. And then enter into the flame. You have nothing to lose. If you choose to pick up your human ego outside of the sanctuary door, it will still be there, because you can recreate it. It is in your memory body. Or you can put it into the flame and see what is left. I think you will be most surprised. For if you have been a most sincere student on the path for many lifetimes, you will discover that not all was transmuted, not all went into the flame and was no more. For lo and behold, you will turn around and discover that many of these aspects of you that you thought perhaps might have been the human ego and the human pride, might have been the human creation, were in fact not at all but the expression of your own God presence already manifesting into the physical. But because there is such a fear of the surrender and of the letting go, many do not even get to that point of feeling the fullness of that release and that oneness with their God presence. This is the opportunity for happiness, beloved ones. And I, Saint Germain, wish each and every one the fullness of joy in living. For it should not be a drudgery, a depression, or a state of illness. And even when there is in the physical outpicturing of this or that, that may not measure up to what you think is perfection. It matters not. For the flame, beloved ones, that is in your heart and on your heart, that connects you with your God presence and buoys you up into the fullness of that light, is all that matters. For you cannot take it all with you. Why would you wish to? You can even, beloved hearts, take the physical body with you if you choose. There have been many of those who have. But should you elect to leave part of it behind to go back to the dust, you have that prerogative. It is no longer necessary to take the physical body with you into ascension. Do not be afraid. Do not sense the loss of something that is not real, but allow yourself to step forward into the flame that you invoke at your own private altar as the exercise of preparation for all of the flames of God quality that you would experience on your way to the ascension. I promise you that should you choose to exercise all of your options of free will in the application that has been laid before you this very weekend, you will see, if not today, tomorrow, or perhaps the next weekend, you will see it. Take as long as the intent of your heart and the desiring of God for God in your life. But you will experience all that has been laid before you. It is cosmic law. It is a science. And one day, the earth scientists will wake up to how it all works. There are some even today that are beginning to question more and more and find that the ways of the world and the outer intellect become confounded and they cannot explain all in the terms of esoterics. It is a mystery indeed. But you, as ascended master students, know the mysteries. You know the light, and you know who you are. Recognize it, become it, and expand it to others. This is my message. This is the desire of my heart, that each of you exhibit the fullness of the opportunity that is afforded you to become the Christed one, to walk in the light of Christ. And then take my message and run with it. Collect together. Do not put it, my message, on the shelf, but put it on the altar and let it expand, and let the fires of the heart of your own God presence bring into the fullness of your own life the power, the wisdom, and the love of God, and all good things will come into your life. There will be a greater abundance of light than you will be able to keep in your members. You will be required to give it back to God in a figure eight flow, or release it to others and to the God in life. You will not be able to contain it. And guess what? The more you give, the more you will receive, until one day you will go spinning out of control right into the ascension, and you will not even know that you are there. It matters not where you are on the path. It matters what you are doing on the path. For there are victories and accomplishments each and every day that are joys to experience. Lighten the heart. Place a smile on your face and in your eyes, and know that you will truly be expressing the smile and the twinkle of the eye of your own God presence, right where you are in the physical. For that is the expression that exists on the level of God reality. I am grateful for your attention, and I understand the dilemma that some are in. Think not that I am unaware, but trust each and every one of you this heart. Place the violet flame through your heart, and then let go and know who you are. That is my requirement as the Knight Commander and the director of this next cycle. Yes, beloved ones, you are entering into an age when you will see me far more than you have ever seen me in the past. For I am directly involved in the affairs of the expansion of the light for this next 2,000 years cycle. And I will be in attendance wherever there are those who say that they are students of the light and are earnest and pure with that intent. But mark well, it must be done of pure intent. For I do not have time to dally with anything that is less than God reality that will take us into the golden age. There is no game playing, for the dispensations are on the table. The opportunity has been afforded, and the cycles are now to move into action to let the earth know that Saint Germain is ready for the golden age and ready to bring up those Christed individuals into the fullness of their God presence. As you move forward day to day, week, month, and lifetime, do not neglect the flame of your heart. Should you elect at any time to move away from the active work of the ascended masters, I charge well that you will remember my words, that you are required to maintain the flame wherever you go, for the connection with my heart will not be severed. For you are, beloved ones, too precious, too dear to be allowed to slip away into the night and pretend that I, Saint Germain, did never exist in your life. Allow for the violet flame that I have released this night to move through your bodies, to transmute all of the tensions of the solar plexus, and allow for the integration of your heart with your own God presence. And be of joy and happiness to know that you have a God presence that will look after you, that adores you, that is who you are. I am beloved ascended master, Saint Germain. It is so, and so it is.